Once upon a time, in the serene village of Ongwankaji in northern Nigeria, there lived a young girl named Amina. Ongwankaji was a close-knit village where the air was filled with the sound of birds singing, and everyone knew each other's names. The people were simple, hardworking farmers, and Amina was no different. She helped her parents on the farm, but deep within her heart, she dreamt of something more. Amina was bright and full of energy, and though she loved her village, she often heard stories about the city of Kano. Tales of tall buildings, paved roads, and bustling markets full of opportunity excited her. The city, they said, was where dreams came true. And so, as she grew older, the desire to seek out a better life burned inside her. One evening, as the golden sun dipped below the horizon, Amina sat with her parents by the fire. She had been thinking about this moment for weeks. Gathering her courage, she finally spoke. Papa, Mama, I want to go to the city, she said, her voice filled with determination. Her father, an elderly farmer with weathered hands, looked at her with concern. The city is not for people like us, Amina. It's dangerous, and life is hard there. What will you do alone? But Amina was not deterred. Papa, I will work hard. I will find something to do. People say there are many jobs, and I can learn new skills. I want to help the family. Her mother, who had been silently listening, sighed. If your mind is made up, Amina, we cannot hold you back. But be careful, my daughter. The city is not like our village. People there are not always kind. With her parents' reluctant blessing, Amina prepared for her journey. She packed her few belongings into a small woven bag, her favorite wrapper, a pair of old shoes, and a small wooden carving of her village symbol, given to her by her grandmother for protection. Her heart was heavy with the thought of leaving her family, but her spirit soared with the hope of new beginnings. Arrival in the city. Amina boarded a bus heading to Kano, her eyes wide with wonder as they approached the sprawling city. The bustling streets, the noise of honking cars, and the towering buildings were all new to her. The first few days in the city were harsh. She had no place to stay and no one to rely on. The money she brought was quickly running out, and she realized that finding a job was not as easy as she had imagined. One afternoon, while wandering through a crowded marketplace, she met a woman named Sadia who was selling fabrics. The woman noticed Amina's tired and worried face. Hey, you look lost, my dear. Are you new here? Sadia asked, her voice warm and inviting. Yes, auntie. I just came from Ongwankaji, a village far north, Amina replied, grateful for the attention. Ah, I see. It's not easy for village girls in this big city, Sadia said, shaking her head. Do you have anywhere to stay? Amina shook her head. No, auntie. I'm looking for work, but it's been difficult. Sadia's face softened. You can stay with me for a few days until you find your feet, she offered kindly. Amina, relieved, accepted the offer. She stayed with Sadia and helped her in her shop, learning about the business of selling fabrics. Sadia was a tough woman who had made her way through the city's struggles, but she had a soft spot for Amina. Weeks turned into months, and Amina still struggled to find a stable job. She began to lose hope, wondering if she had made a mistake by coming to the city. Unexpected encounter. One day, while running errands for Sadia, Amina accidentally bumped into a man at the market. The man, wearing a sharp suit, dropped his briefcase, and papers scattered across the ground. Oh, I'm so sorry. Amina exclaimed, hurriedly picking up the papers. The man looked at her and smiled. It's all right, he said, taking the papers from her hands. You must be in a hurry. Amina blushed, embarrassed. Yes, sir. I was running an errand. The man, whose name was Alhaji Musa, was a wealthy businessman known for his generosity. He looked at the young girl before him and noticed the tiredness in her eyes. What's your name? He asked. Amina, she replied. Where are you from, Amina? She hesitated for a moment. From Ongwankaji, sir. Alhaji Musa nodded. You seem like a hardworking girl. Do you work here in the market? Amina explained her situation, how she had come to the city to find work and how she was struggling to make ends meet. Alhaji Musa listened intently. I see, he said thoughtfully. You remind me of someone I once knew, someone who had the same determination. I want to help you, Amina. Come to my office tomorrow morning. Let's see what we can do. Amina couldn't believe her ears. Was this really happening? She thanked him profusely, and that night she couldn't sleep, filled with hope once again. A new beginning. The next day, Amina went to Alhaji Musa's office. He offered her a job as a receptionist at one of his companies. It was an opportunity beyond her wildest dreams. Not only did she have a steady income, but Alhaji Musa also introduced her to people who helped her improve her skills. Over time, Amina's hard work and dedication caught the attention of many. She learned how to manage the business and eventually became one of Alhaji Musa's most trusted staff members. He admired her resilience and decided to invest in her dreams. He provided her with the funds to start her own fabric business, just like Sadia's, but on a larger scale. Amina's business flourished. She became known as one of the most successful fabric traders in Kano, supplying materials to boutiques and designers across the city. She never forgot where she came from, and she frequently sent money back to her family in Ongwan Kaji, helping them build a better life. Homecoming. Years later, Amina returned to her village, not as the poor girl who had left but as a successful woman who had made her mark in the city. Her parents, overjoyed and proud, welcomed her with open arms. The villagers gathered around to hear her story, and Amina, with tears in her eyes, shared her journey. She told them of the struggles, the people who helped her, and the importance of never giving up on one's dreams. And so, Amina became an inspiration, not just to the people of Ongwan Kaji but to all who heard her story. She proved that with determination, kindness, and a little help from others, even a girl from a small village could find success in the big city. The end.